Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for July 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, Monday through Thursday. This is a general reading, and that means I'm going to be using, of course, my two Radley Valentine decks. I use my Archangel Power Tarot cards for the main message. Then I will pull one from my Angel Tarot cards. I pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck, too. Now, I'm also for the introduction, which we are in the introduction, and I do put a little time marker when the actual readings start so that anyone that's cross watching, and basically it's very encouraged for you to check what your moon, your Venus, ascending, rising, and you can kind of take a look at all of them. By going to the marker, you skip then the introduction. Anyway, I will be in the introduction using my Waite Rider traditional tarot. I will pull three for that. That's more for an overview of what's happening possibly in our world. Okay? Now, remember to I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job, just deliver the message. Now, anything that is reversed, any cards that are reversed, basically have a little stronger energy. So let's go on. We are going to go ahead and pull three cards just to see what's happening in the world, what the energies are going to be like. Oops, and a card is flying. When cards fly, and I have to disappear for a moment, it usually means, hey, pay attention to me. It is face down. It is face down, so I don't know what this is. And I told you that reverse cards have stronger energies. Also to remember, swords is our air energy, and that's our Gemini. It is our Libra and Aquarius. Cups is our water energy. It is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, emotional. Wands and rods is our fire energy. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And then we have Pentacles, which is our earth energy. And that would be our Virgo, Capricorn, and our Taurus energy. So let's see what we have. Please take time now. Please take time now to like, share, subscribe. The buttons should be over there. It helps. Click on the bell for notifications. I've had some viewers telling me that they've been having trouble with their notifications. They've kind of said that they think that my algorithms might be a little bit messed up. So please, if you are subscribed, resubscribe. Do all the buttons again, please, because it does help. Thank you so much. And thank you to my viewers who have made comment to that. And I do love to listen to your comments or read your comments. So please do feel free to comment. Okay, first card here. This is reverse, a little bit stronger energy. This is a 5. 5 has some change energy to it, positive, negative. It can be a little bit on that difficult side, and we know what difficulties are like. We've had many ups and downs in the last couple of years, but that's what life is all about. Now, the Hierophant is very much a traditionalist, but there's a couple of things going on with this Hierophant too. So one is tradition, one is there is also a legalistic type of energy around the Hierophant. But the other thing that the Hierophant has, and I'm picking this energy up more, so is being around people with your views, okay? People that are very supportive of you. So if you have, if you've been, going a little bit off of the traditional view, or off of the traditional pathway, it's very important for you to have the spiritual support to help to get you on, help to get you through this. So there's going to be a couple of things going on with this week with the Hierophant. One is, and again to the Hierophant, I always get, because I am a fire sign, I always I'm always like a little bit resistant to those traditions, unless it makes sense to me, unless it's kind to others. So just kind of the Hierophant has a very traditional, very legalistic energy, but at the same time, there's also that part that says the people that need, the people need to be around people that help to support them to get them through some of this energy too. So let's see what else we have here. Next card. Okay, this is also reversed. So now we have two, and these are from the major arcana. So this is more of that bigger overview. The minor arcanas kind of give us that day-to-day feel, but this is this is something bigger than us. Now, the Emperor, there's a 4, so some stability, some leadership. There's also some organization with the Emperor. The Emperor kind of gets us back on our path. The Emperor kind of guides us where we need to do. So while we have this being more of the religious, this has more of that oversight of even that religious, okay? So, these two are very powerful, very strong leaders in our universal. Now, again, it kind of has there is kind of a little bit of I don't necessarily want to say conflict, but I kind of feel like a little bit rubbing each other wrong. So we're going to have to just watch to see what that's all about. Okay, next card. And now we have the Hermit. And again, these are reversed. Now, the Hermit, so we have all major arcana. So we have some majorly higher power, and again, when I talk about higher power, I talk higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, the source, whoever that is to you, that's very personal to you. But this has a very strong universal type of energy going on. And one thing, this is a 9. So 9s have kind of this completion. It's kind of this ending type of thing. It's kind of this let's wrap things up and let's move on with our life. But the Hermit is one that needs to take time away, needs to think about what's going on, needs to kind of see that bigger picture. Now, one of the things that really popped to me was that we had a 5 plus a 4, and that equals 9. And if you know what I've been talking about the last month or so, and I am so grateful to the subscribers that let me know, because one thing about me is once I give the reading and once it's delivered, it's something that I really don't recall it unless higher power wants me to. But it's kind of like it's delivered, now let's move on. And that's kind of where the Hermit is too. It's kind of like, okay, it's delivered, let's move on. Or I should say that's how number 9 is. That's what that number is. But what really jumped at me was 5 plus 4 equals 9. So the numbers have been speaking quite a bit. A lot of times, that's how angelic realms, they like to speak to us through numbers. And there's some wonderful sites, and I talk about this as, you go to your search browser, whoever that is, whatever that is, and I would suggest you put 5, 4, and 9 in, and then put angel numbers behind it. And when I talk about the numbers in the shorter readings, then, please, go, or in any of the readings, if they're jumping out, well, these are very, very strong energies here. So we have this traditionalist. We have this Emperor that is, kind of sees beyond the tradition, kind of sees the changes between, because the traditionalist also has an emotional component to it. It also is kind of what we buy into as a people. The Emperor sees things a little bit at a higher energy, at a higher level. And the Hermit is where we need to step back and we need to kind of reconcile what we're seeing, what we're hearing, what we're believing. We need to connect with higher power and just see where everything is fitting to. So we have this this major arcana cards, very high energy. I tell you to keep your energy and your vibrations up, because everyone that watches, you're here for a reason. We've connected for a reason, okay? And it is to keep us, our vibrations higher, because we are countering with very low vibration people. And I've had some conversations with viewers about that too, that, many times the lower vibration people come in, they're trying to pull you down. We need to, and it's a struggle, but this is also saying, we definitely, need to keep our vibrations up. If we're around people that are very low vibration, then step away from them. Step away, move away from them. Okay? Okay. Now, I will put the time marker into the, into my little introduction, my description, okay? So that all the cross watchers, and that means that people that watch for their moon, their sun, their Venus, ascending, rising, all of those, that you can just watch the intro one time and then go to the time marker to watch for your other energies. Okay? Okay. So, very high universal energy this week. Remember, Mercury did go into Cancer on the 11th, and Mercury is about communication. Cancer is very, maternal in many ways, but very deep, very let's get down and find out, kind of like let's find out what's really going on. So we should expect to have some very deep discussions. But again, this is very high level type of energy over us, the world, at this time. Okay, so now let's start our readings. Hello, my Sagittariuses. How are you? Well, let's see what we've got going for you now. Let's go on and see. Yeah, I've just been loving your energy. You have been taken, I don't know, this is possibly a Taurus reference, but I feel like you've been taking the bull by its horns. So I don't know if that means that you have a Taurus in your life, but you've been taking the situation, and yeah, I just feel like you dragging that bull around and saying, no, you will do as I tell you to do. Anyway, let's see what we have here. Reversed, first card, the 8 of Ariel. Now, Ariel is Earth energy. That is our Taurus. It is our Virgo. It is our Capricorn energy. Very solid, something you can touch, your job, your work, your home, how you make your money. 8s are unlimited possibilities, unlimited opportunities also. It's just like, things are out there that, that's possible. Now, the 8 of Ariel, though, is a lot of this has to do with studying, getting ready. This is not necessarily that, and I use this as, it's a little late in my life to become a doctor, but if I had done everything I needed to do, all the studies, who knows what that could have been. But this is this is not only, I shouldn't say it's getting yourself prepared. It's like the preparation has been done. You have been preparing. You have been getting ready. And now it's time for that movement. Now it's time for people to see what you have been doing, for people to acknowledge you, to notice you. Again, maybe this is that thing about, taking the bull by the horns and saying, no, this is what I want. There is a lot of this energy around you that says you have more control over the direction of your future in that job, work, career type of energy than you've had in a long time past. Anyway, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. Next card, the High Priestess. Now, there has been a lot of divine energy, during the readings, okay, as so far. Now, 2s have crossroads, choices. High Priestess is that major arcana energy again. This is Archangel Heniel. So remember Heniel's name. We'll get you through. Call on Heniel. But there is a lot of psychic development, a lot of knowing what needs to be done. It's that thing that, sometimes somebody brings you, oh, we're in an emergency. And then all of a sudden you just know, do this. And then afterwards you're like, wow, I don't know how I knew, but I just knew. So this is that type of energy around you. So again, yes, trust your gut. Now, powerful psychic insights, reflection, and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Now, the other thing is, when you know what you know, you also want to just take a moment, and when it says, be at peace and reflection, you want to do you want to loop back. You don't want to necessarily take advantage of what, you don't want to just always, I shouldn't say always rely, because that's not what I'm trying to say. You want to be reciprocal. Remember the, your crown chakra. You want to make sure that you acknowledge. The source, whoever it is, whatever it is that's been sending you these wonderful whatever it is that's been sending you these wonderful vibrations or messages. Anyway, because you want to work with them, because the 2 is, again, the 2 also has partnership energy to it. Now, next card, the 10 of Raphael. So here we have an 8, 2, and a 10. 10s transition, things moving forward for you. Raphael is our water energy. It is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's fluid. It's very emotional energy too. But the 10's transitional. 10 is also a 1 plus, 1 and a 0. 1, new beginning. 0 is source, source, God, higher power energy. This is, all of this work that you've been putting in, all of this acknowledgement that's now finally coming, or these transitional steps, these things that you have been doing, they all come to make things happier for you. They all come to bring you more of that emotional security. I'm kind of getting that, what is it, the Maslow hierarchy of needs. It's a triangle, and when your needs down here are met, which a lot of this is through that 10 of Raphael, then the other needs you can actually ascend. So there's a lot of good foundation for vibrational ascension. Okay, love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. Let's go on here. So 8, 2, and 10. 8, 2, 1, 0, 8, 2, 1. Definitely take a look at those and see what this is about. I talked about that in my numbers and how to look them up. I talk about that in my intro. So we're going to pull one here. The 7 of air. So we have a 7. 7 is that divine umbrella. It is kind of like what we do here, what we think here. And then the divine kind of takes over a little bit more so, or a lot more so. Air energy is swords. It is our Gemini, Libra. It's our Aquarius energy. It is our thought processes. It's making our plans. And remember when I went back to here, and it's kind of like, as the information keeps coming and you have to make these gut reactions, or you have to make these very quick decisions, you have to just kind of say, no, this is what we need to do. The 7 of air is kind of like, I'm getting kind of that listen to, again, that gut, listen to your higher vibrations, listen to the source as that comes in through your mind. It's kind of like, those things where you're driving and you all of a sudden you look down and say, oh, you look down and you're thinking, okay, I'm only 5 miles above the speed limit. And then you're just thinking, I better slow down. And it's listening to that. And then you see that, there was a police officer up there, that could have possibly given you a ticket. It's listening to that source. It's listening to that hidden voice. Or that little voice that's trying to knock, 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 your guardian angels, whoever that is. So plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye. Poor timing. So whatever the poor timing is, I don't know, timing isn't always where we want it to be. And this has been a real common, this has been a very common theme in all of the readings so far. It's not necessarily that everything is in our timing, but it's in the higher powers timing, okay? So it's maybe not how we want it to be. It's kind of like, but it is the way it needs to be. Okay, now let's see what crystal or energy for my Sages is all about. Here we go. Earth. So really get down to business. Ground yourself, okay? Make sure that you're doing whatever it is to keep you from, now we have a lot of this air energy here, but you need to make sure that you are staying realistic and that you are, staying where you're not, we want to keep our vibrations high. Yes. But you don't want to necessarily go into flights of fancy, okay? But Earth is all about abundance, which I love, fertility, harvesting, also logic. So you have some interesting energies. But again, I guess the main thing is things are, especially with your work, your job, your career, however you make your money, things are moving for you in that way. And again, making sure meeting that foundational sense of your securities will help you to move and to ascend with your vibrations. The other thing though too is listen to your gut. That helps you also. Okay, so you've got a lot of stuff. There's a lot of hierarchy or major arcana type of energy this week, which it does seem like you could be tapping into. The earth though is kind of telling you that, watch out that you're living too much in that metaphysical world and not necessarily in the physical world. So there's a balance that needs to be made. It's not always easy. It is not always easy. So, okay, my Sagittariuses, remember the button. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Click on the bell for further notifications. I know, like I said in the intro, there's been some weird stuff going on. People saying that I have subscribed, but I'm not subscribed. So make sure you are subscribed. Okay? Thank you. As always now, my Sages, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.